Hello ladies and gentlemen of the internet, how's it going? My name's Icy, and as always, welcome back for yet another episode of the Gaming Express, which is the series in which we take a first look at some brand new video games, such as the following one, which is called Tera Online. Tera Online was an MMORPG produced about a year ago in Korea, and it is going free to play on February 2013. So if you want to play a brand new MMO, move out from World of Warcraft or Guild Wars 2 and play a brand new and free MMO. Tera Online is definitely your pick. If you're a big fan of anime, you will definitely like this one. So, while it is not free to play, the company that produced Tera Online, which is Bluehole Studios, gave some people some free days for the Tera Online because it is currently subscription based, but is going free to play on February 2013. So, for this new promotion of the free to play campaign, the company itself gave gave some free days to all of the past players, such as myself. So you can see in the top corner of my screen that it says that my subscription expires on January 24th. So apparently I didn't even have to pay for any of this. So they gave us some free days. So might as well use those days to show you guys some of the gameplay of this wonderful game that has some great combat dynamics. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to create a new character. Yes, and even the loading screens are wonderful. You'll see that the environment is incredibly majestic in this game. So, one race that I wanted to choose is the Baraka, which seems to be the most underrated races of all in this game. So let's look over at all of the races. You have the human, female, and male. Castonic, which is the demonic exotic race. Then you have the Oman, which are the big, bulky rock people. And then you have the Papori, which only has one gender, so it's basically your furry race. And then you have the Elin, the cutest of them all, the little girl with the bunny ears. You can change the ears and all. They only have one gender, which is female. Then you have the Baraka Obama. Yes, only one gender as well. And the High Elves, which have two different sexes. But I will choose a Baraka because I feel like not enough people choose them. And you can see a little description when you mouse over to the other races. So you have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 classes, which is quite a lot for a new MMO. And they're not very balanced. That is why you can see a bunch of stars. When you click a certain class, you'll see that a certain player skill is required to be able to play one. So let's see, for instance, the warrior has about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, which is the most difficult class. So warriors are basically tanks that rely on survivability and all that wonderful stuff. Then you have the lancer, which has about 4 stars, basically your most basic tank class. The slayer has 3 stars because it is very easy to learn. It is basically your starter class. If you're new to the game, then Slayer is the recommended class for you. Then you have the Berserker, same thing, 3 stars. Sorcerer, 2 stars, because apparently sorcerers are extremely overpowered in this game. They do a lot of damage, and you don't have to move. You don't have to use movement quite a lot since you're going to be standing in the back, especially if you're in a party and doing dungeons. You're going to be doing the most damage while the other melee classes are doing the hard job for you. Then you have the Archer, 2 stars as well. Doesn't require a lot of difficulty. The Priest, 3 stars, and the Mystic, 4 stars. The Mystic and the Priest are both healer classes. However, the Mystic is a little bit harder to play because you have to drop certain items on the ground instead of directly healing people. The priests have a better advantage of healing. You only have to target your ally player in order to heal, whereas the Mystic has to drop some items on the ground at all times in order to keep up with the party. Anyway, I'm talking a little bit too much about the classes, so I'm gonna make a sorcerer since I am not the very best player at Tera Online. So you have some presets. When you choose your class, you can move on to the customization of your character. My guy looks pretty badass right now. But you can change the presets. I believe they're randomized to some extent. This one looks pretty cool. I'm going to choose something very basic. Let's see. No, I don't like this one. I like this one. Yeah. The face. Ooh, I don't like this. Yeah, this is pretty cool. You can choose the color of your skin. Instead of the color of your hair, it chooses the color of your shell. So we're gonna be blue, white bluish. Adornments. You can zoom in to see what kind of adornments are available. This one's pretty fine. And then you can go more in depth with your face and do all of that good stuff. Increase the width or the shape of your eyes, the shape of your nose, your mouth, lips, and your bone structure as well. Cheekbones. All of this is very insignificant, especially for a class like the Baraka, because you can't really see it since you have a lot of details on its body that are very distracting from the very face itself. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna choose our outfit. However, I like this one. You have these, but I prefer this one. Very gold and medieval. I like the crosses and the hanging from the shoulder plates. And you can even choose your own voice. Yeah, you have about 5 different voice presets. I'm gonna choose this one. Although it doesn't make much of a difference. I don't pay attention to these things, and we're gonna name this one Icy Shards. No, it is taken, unfortunately. How about we go with Baraka Obama? Yes. Oh, not an acceptable name character. What? Let's see. How about we name it Kilko? Kilkopo. Yeah, very generic name. I hope you don't name your child Kilkopo, because if you do, I will strangle you. Okay, so once you've made your character, you're back to the character screen. All of your characters are shown here, and you have to select your own character, the character we just created. You can do the prologue if you want. It won't do a lot of a difference. It'll just introduce you to the main story, which is not very important itself. So we're gonna move on to the Isle of Dawn right away instead of doing the little story quest in the beginning, because I just want to jump in right into the action. And also, sometimes when you load your screen, occasionally the game shows you a few tips on how to play the game, and you can see here that these are all of the buttons, all the different actions for your buttons, your keyboard buttons. We're gonna log in into the world of Tera. Little cutscene here, not very important again. If you've done the prologue, then you will definitely understand what is going on here, but otherwise I'll just skip this because the cutscenes, the in-game cutscenes, pretty much look like the game itself, so not much of a difference here. Right away, you spawn at this point. It is important to note that whatever race you are, you always spawn at the same place. You don't have your own zone. So races, all the races share the same zone for leveling. So you're gonna move on here, talk to the high elf NPC. You're gonna accept your first quest. I typically skip, I don't read the quests just because the lore in this game is not striking at all. And apparently the Korean questing, from what I've heard, they completely changed a lot of the descriptions and lore for this game, so the Korean version might be a lot more interesting than this one. I definitely agree with that because, well, a lot of Korean expressions cannot be directly translated to English. Anyway, so we've gotten a few quests, and you have Oh, I forgot to show you the interface. So here you have your mini map, which you can control and slide it and put it whatever you want it to be. Then you have your little mini map on the top corner. You can even change channels. Now, this is a very important feature that you should always remind yourself of, is that you can always switch from one channel to another if you cannot complete a certain quest and are waiting for a respawn, a monster respawn, or whatever you're waiting for, or you just want to avoid being ganked by people. You can switch channels. So you have about 4 in the current version of the game. You have 3 different servers currently in Tera Online. There used to be about 20, but they removed quite a lot of those servers because, well, the game wasn't doing so well until the people of the company announced that it was going free to play. So I believe that they should be adding more servers in the upcoming month or the next few months. I really don't know, but hopefully Tera Online will do
Elves lead the way.
Will do better than it did in the past. Because me and my guildies quit the guild not long ago because we didn't want to pay for the game, and this game is literally a grind fest. The quests are very mundane, and sometimes you get confused as to what quest you're on and where you have to go, and the maps aren't clear themselves. Even the mini maps aren't that well polished. But that's just my opinion. A lot of people like minimalism for their interface, but I like detail, you know. So as you can see right here, the combat already is fun itself. You actually have to target a monster in order to successfully attack. If you're facing the wrong direction, then of course you won't be able to target the monster. And you even have a little when you target a monster like this and you have a little outline which is circling around the little points, then it means that you're in range and that you can damage the monster itself. So we've killed about 2 of those tree monsters. We need to kill 2 more, and then we're going to move on to our next and following quest. So again, this is pretty much your basic quest system. Not a lot of depth involved. This is pretty much like in World of Warcraft or any other MMO that you've seen in the past. Guild Wars 2 is, again, a little bit more unique in the sense that it gives you more options in its questing system. And we are level 2. Okay. Let's see if we can kill this one. Just one more, and then let's see. What is our right click? Oh, our right click does a area of effect spell. It's a little fire ring of fire on the ground. Pretty cool. Also, if you play a Lancer or a Berserker class, you can actually block attacks like these ones. You just saw the guy fall on the ground with its arms. That was an incoming attack, and you can actually block attacks by using the right-click button. If you're playing a Berserker or a Lancer, that is. If you're a ranged class like an Archer or a Sorcerer, then you cannot block attacks. Since you're a ranged class, the game assumes that you're going to play in a party and do all the damage standing from behind, you know?